Welcome Stopde Nation to another video. It is time for football freeze. That was like my Christmas singing, except that I couldn't mix it with a Christmas song very well. I should have been like better. Welcome Stopde Nation to our FIFA Mobile video. It is time to pack some now and later players, except that the packs are bad and we'll probably not pack them. But I hope that you also don't open them unless for gems. Alright, so preseason freeze is here. We did open up the packs, the chain packs along the way to get Holland. We'll show you those, our video of those after we do our guide here at the end of the video. But as you can see, we're on number 7, and I don't know that these would be the packs that I would open. If you got some extra gems lying around, sure, I guess you could try and get Holland if you really want them. But the odds of getting them are actually very low, and if you don't get them towards the end to get them for free, it's gonna cost you an absolute fortune. So it is one of those ones that is probably, if you got them, great, but not a very likely thing to kind of pick up in there. And then we got the rest of the sort of star pass things going on. We do have the Aurora pass, which you can get in this one. So this is the Aurora pass going along here. On the free path here, we can see there's a couple extra snowballs that you can get out of there. There's a couple extra lures you can get out of there, and a couple extra village points you can get out of there. So we'll break down all the total points you can get out of everything in this promo as well. If you do go with the paid pass, that will give you an extra 2,500, so extra 5,000 village points, and an extra, I think, 2,000 snowball points that you can get out of there as well, and then some extra lures as well. And you get this 118 overall Lewandowski, who looks absolutely beastly, but this is going to become very important to you. Today in the guide, when it got released on FIFA Mobile, we got this. There is no legacy squad for next season. So when you're looking at building this up, this promo to me right now, what I'm focusing on in this promo is to do everything for now and later players, now and later points. You do get stuff for leveling your team up, obviously, but it doesn't have to be specific players. Really just like highest overall players you can put on your team and make the highest overall at the end of the season, because there will be no legacy squad. So obviously this is a little bit disappointing. I would love to, you know, we've been liking making our Arsenal legacy squads. We may still just try and do it for the fun of the YouTube videos and those kind of things as well. And if you do it, you know, maybe take a screenshot of it, post it to us on Twitter, show us. We'll start our own legacy squad thread. I'm gonna do that actually right now. That's a great idea. I'm gonna make a tweet and I'm like, all right, so no legacy squad, so post me your legacy squads on this tweet, and then we can just celebrate those for seasons to come, because it's on Twitter or something. But anyways, going back to the video, I hope that if at least we don't get legacy squad, maybe we'll get something else good out of the promo, and by promo I mean the next season. So maybe this will be a good thing in the end. You know, if we trade no legacy for like an epic next season of FIFA Mobile, I'll accept it. But I guess that's only to find out when that comes. So the event is 46 days long, and it ends on like a Monday, which maybe makes me think that sometime that week will be the new season of FIFA Mobile. That's the hope, that's the guess. But let's get into this. We'll tell you the guide, tell you everything you can get free to play in this promo, and yeah, let's go. So first thing you want to know about this promo is basically how to get the players in this one. So there's a few main ways to get the player. There is this milestone 1 Drogba card. What's really interesting about this Drogba card is he is a now and later player. So you're going to receive an exclusive event icon master version of this player in the next season. So you can start off the next season with a prime icon, but looking at what we know currently about the game and what we have to like have in the game in order to get the player, he's going to cost you a lot. It's probably going to be like 80,000 FIFA points to get this Drogba card. Now, the one thing I will say is there are things we don't know about. There is no now and later pass in this promo yet. You know, there's other things that we could maybe see coming later in this promo. We don't know what's in the holiday calendar. So there's a few unknowns in terms of extra points that we could be getting. So we'll show you what we know now. We'll update it kind of when we know a little bit more about future passes, future players, different things we can get from here. But based on now, this is what we can get. So if we go here, the main things that you do, you have 4 games that you would do each day. So this costs you 5 stamina for each one. If you buy the coin packs, you can finish this each day. It's going to cost you for each of these ones 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, and then 4 for each of these. So 4, 8, 12. You get them back if you lose. So it's going to cost you 32 points a day. So 32 points a day. There's 24 hours in a day. Stamina refreshes always does. So basically, if you buy the 2 coin packs, you'll guarantee that you will get enough to do that. You could also kind of time yourself to get a little bit of extra, because you do start off with that 18 extra one that you have. You also have the ad that you can watch. So you're never going to run into really a position where you're going to be in trouble and not be able to finish all the skill games if you do, let your stamina go over and stuff like that. But if you kind of cater to not letting your stamina go over and, try and make it so it sort of works that way, you probably will be able to avoid spending coin packs every single day. Coin packs are 125,000 each, so they are a little bit pricey to go with that one. And then we have these midwinter matchups, which you play each day. Now, these are for stamina, but you can't get them until the day unlocks, and then each week it's going to reset. So you can go back and play them, but if they reset at the end of the week, you're not going to be able to play the next one over again. So basically, make sure that you play all of them before they refresh in the 7 days. So you can see, like, they expire. All of them expire in 7 days, but they unlock 1 day at a time as you're going through. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 of those you can play daily. So what we get out of it is we get 100 village points every time we do one of these. All of them are 100 village points out of here. So each day you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 village points. There's 46 days in the event, so 46. That's 700 times 46, which gives you 32,200 points that you can get out of there. Also, you can get the points that you can get in the pass. So in the pass, we looked at the free-to-play part of this pass. You can see that you get, actually, I think I said 1,000. I think you actually get more. You get 500. You get 1,000, and then you get 1,500. Okay, so you get 1,500 extra points you can get out of there, which gives you a total of 33,700 points that you can get for the village points. And these village points, what you're going to do with these is you're going to go into the preseason section of this, and you have 2 villages that you can go into, the winter village day and then the winter village night. So it might actually just be the same village, but one of them in the daytime and one of them in the nighttime, although it kind of looks different. I don't know. Anyways, it's not really important to claiming the players, but that is what we have out of there. So you have 2 different ones you can go through. Each of them has their own unique set of players that you have, with 2 now and later 115 overall players that go on the end, and you'll get an elite player in the next season when you claim this player. So we got Trivia over on the side here, and then again we have another 115 overall player on the other side in Rafael Leo, and then in our winter village night, again, we have 2 players. So we have the 115 overall Stones card here, and then on the other side of this one, we have our Barella card here as the 115 overall center mid card. So those are all the now and later players. Based on current knowledge, understanding of the points that we could get, you can claim one of these very easily, actually, free to play. To get all the way down the middle, so to go all the way down the middle here, in order to claim each 115, just go down the middle, and then you have to head to the left, and you have to claim it just like if you played Summer Celebration. It works the same way. And you also have to go along the top path. So you have to go along the top path here, get down to the bottom, get to this point. Once we claim both of the paths connecting there, we can claim the last 2 nodes to get the 115 overall player. If you do that for 1 player, that is going to cost you 20,000 points. And again, as we said, you get 32,200 points. So you basically have a leftover amount of like 1,200 points, just over 12,000 points that you can have left over. So you actually have a lot left over. You could claim some 113s, some 110s. But again, if we end up getting a few more points, when I calculated it, if you go on the same map, all you have to do to get the next same map is move this bottom path the other way, and then the top path around here to go down to the bottom, and then you can get the other 115 overall player. To do that, that's going to cost you 36,085 points. So 36,085 points to go and get the second player in the same map. If you want to do a second player on a different map, it's going to be double 20,000, so it's going to be 40,000 points you're going to have to go through. So that's one way to kind of get the multiple players. The problem is that we get 36,000 points. That puts you about 2,385 points short. Now, there's lots of ways that we could maybe get points in this that could account for that 23,085 points. So what I would say is, before you go along and start claiming, players like these players along the bottom, because you're like, okay, I can get these players and I can get now and later players, wait to see kind of how many points we're going to get. Because if you start spending all your points right away, then, you might regret that you spent some of your points when you could have actually ended up getting 2 now and later players out of it. The one thing that wouldn't be a bad idea necessarily to do is to move in the map down to this point where you get the 40 40 lures. Because first of all, you kind of on any map, so pick the map you want to go for the player more on, go down to the lures. There's also the snowballs that you can get as well, but the big one is going to be the lures, because the lures are going to help you in the fishing chapter to possibly get more points in the future. The other thing that you can do is you could do this in the Village Winter Day and the Village Winter Night. If you wanted to do both of these, if you want to get a 115 and then just go down in the middle, it's 3,315 points to get down to the snowball path right here, the 300 snowball tokens on each path. So if you wanted to do the day path and the night path down to the middle, sort of max out the amounts of frozen lures that you get right away, you could do that, and you could potentially get some more points for that. Obviously, you know, it's risky for getting the second 115 overall player if you go ahead and, you know, do extra stuff on the other map if you focus on both of them. But if you're just looking at getting one of the 115 overall players, you could potentially get more now and later points for it. So especially with this right here, you want to probably at least get down to the now and later 25 points so you can try and get more things next season. The problem is, and this is the problem with the OVR, is in past seasons, it's not always a huge advantage to have a lot of now and later points and the OVR. Like, sometimes it's been the difference between getting like one elite player and getting 2 or 3 elite players at the start of the season, which, as you know, like, you know, maybe 5 weeks into it is not a huge deal. But the problem is that it could really be anything. We have no idea what the now and later rewards are going to look like, what the OVR rewards are going to look like. So it's kind of a bit of a risk that you might take when you're kind of going through those things as well. So that's what we got out of that one. Every time you go along and get to one of these village player spots, you can claim one of these cards here. The thing with these cards, though, I didn't think they had ranks before. I swear when I saw this before, they didn't have ranks. No, that's the other chapter. Is they do have ranks. You could transfer the ranks. You could maybe sell them, make some coins to help level up your team. But again, because you don't have legacy, we're in the last event of the season. So when you're doing this, you got to think about preparing yourself for next season, honestly, is kind of the best way to go about that. And then we got our Winter Village Night. Again, it just follows the same way that we went with before. So that's all the points that you can get out of there. Then we have the Fishing Hole chapter. The Fishing Hole chapter, you can end up getting 138 lures from the daily login. So you basically get your lures from logging in daily. You get 60 from the past, so 198 lures in total. That would bring you basically to somewhere in between these. The thing with the lures, though, is the lures are one of the ones where you can actually get some points back. That's where, for me personally, my choice is going to be just rolling through this thin ice one as many times as I can, because you have the best choice of getting lures back, which gives me the best choice of, the best chance of moving further along this path. So the more times I do the lures, the more I'm going to be able to, you know, go along this path. Although I don't know how much I want to spend 2,000 times clicking that button, but I have the best chance of moving along there because I either get back these, you know, the trade-ins for the frozen lures, or I'm going to go there. Whereas if you do these ones where you don't have a good chance, yes, you might get the catch of the day more, but you're not moving as far along the path, which helps you get those extra now and later points and those things as well. So that's kind of my thought of that one. That's my strategy for it. You know, you can take it or leave it as you want, but that's kind of how I'm going about that one. And then we have the Snowball stockpile here as well. So here again, we'll show you our pack openings. We actually did pretty good on these packs. So we'll show you our packs of this right at the end when we'll just like go through all the different packs that we opened up earlier on our stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Stopde, by the way. But this gets you along this pathway as well. In this one, you can get 4,600 from the daily play. It's unclear a little bit if you'll be able to get the full way along, because it looks like the event kind of ends to me in the middle of the week. So you're not going to quite get to that next week mark to make it 4,900. So I see a 4,600. So I play it safe at 4,600, but you may actually end up getting 4,900 in the end of this one. And then you can get 600 from the past, so 5,200 plus. You can get another 600 if you go into the village day and the village night. From this point as well. So you can also get this from there, which really isn't going to get you that much further along. So if you see here, the frozen lures, I don't think there's multiple snowballs. I think there's just the one. Yeah, so there's just the 300, so you get 600 if you max that one out, which is really only going to take you to maybe, at best, getting the end of era card. But I do not think, yes, it's an end of era card that is not available next season, so it would just be an end of era card for this season, but does have some decent ranks on it that you could transfer from there. So it looks like you can get 100 now and later points. So get 100 now and later points from there, whatever you're going to end up getting from the other places from there as well. And then there's this SBC for Bale. The SBC for Bale is technically free to play. The challenges on this Bale are pretty difficult. The 104, I don't think this one should be so bad because I think 104s, especially with the new promo, you might be able to get them kind of going down a little bit in price as people, you know, try and sell off these players, make as many coins as they can. Then we got to do a 95 overall team with preseason players. This should probably be one of the easiest ones to do that second SBC. And then we have this third SBC. Again, we get 10 points from this, you know, 105 team, so it's getting a little bit harder here. And then we have the third last one here, which is going to unlock in 12 days. It's going to be 11 players in position 104 overall team. So again, they're not crazy hard because prices are a bit lower now, but it could be a little bit difficult to finish this one. But you do get yourself a Gareth Bale with 20 ranks for this season, and then you get Gareth Bale for next season. So it's definitely one that I think if you can afford it, it's worth it. And again, what else are you going to do with your coins, right? As far as I know, coins have never carried forward from one season to the next, so not a bad idea to do it. And then we have the last one. It is 114 overall, but look at the very important thing here. You need 3 players. So you only need 3 players for the 114 overalls, not a full team. So finding 314 overall players might not be as difficult as it sounds like when you're going through it. And then again, these are all the now and later players you can get. So Drogba, that's the one that's going to probably cost you a fortune if you want to try and get that Drogba card. Then we have all the cards in the store offer. That's the Holland one, which I hope you got better luck if you did decide to do it because we had terrible luck on that. And then more store offers. The preseason pass. So this is how we know that there's a preseason pass. That's going to be coming here because it says right here preseason pass, but what we don't know is how many points you can get in that preseason pass. So if we can get the extra points, we will be able to get 2 of the 115 overall players, which we have here at the end. So it does look like, from what I would assume, you would get Dele Alli free to play as a now and later player because he should be the free pass, and then I would guess Robertson would be the paid pass there. So you're probably not getting Robertson unless you buy the now and later pass, or the preseason pass would be my assumption in that one, but we'll see kind of when that launches and stuff like that as well. So from what it looks like now, 2 of these players are going to be free, but they have to be the 2 on the same path. So either our combo here on the 2 on the left or the 2 on the right are going to be the ones that you're going to end up picking up from there. And then in total, we should be able to get 1,685 now and later points that you get from there. So that's basically everything that we have from this promo. All the different players you can get, all the different points you can get. It's pretty straightforward with what I'd have, but again, be cautious with this stuff. The biggest thing you want to try and get is maximize out your now and later stuff, right? We're nearing the end of this season. And so really kind of set yourself up, prepare yourself for the next season of FIFA Mobile by going in and looking to kind of maximize those points, maximize those players. That's my strategy. That's what I'm going for here, and then kind of just build up the rest of the team as you can as well. So that's what we got. Hopefully that helped you plan yourself out for this promo, see what you can get out of this promo. But thanks for checking this out, and thank you for stopping by. Let's check out the packs that we opened and probably shouldn't have. Stopde out. He's coming down right now, so we're gonna see what we can get out of this one. I'm hoping for Holland to happen this time. We'll open like the first few packs we got here. Come on. 2 things is not enough. I thought for a second 2 things would be enough, but it's the snowball tokens there. 1,000 village points and like a 0% chance of getting Holland. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it. Nope. 1,000 village points. We had to have thought that was gonna happen, though. We had to have thought that first one was not gonna be Holland. Second one, we got 1,000,000 coins. Our chances are 3.9. So actually not that bad. Oh, he's now and later Holland. I'm actually probably going to open more than if there's now and later. I didn't realize I could also get him later. So that's actually pretty good. 1,000,000 coins from there. If I pack him twice, do I get him twice? If I pack him twice, do I get him twice? Okay, 4,000 village points from this one. Pack. Nose pack for the victory. 4,000 village points from that. No Holland. That was unfortunate. And then we got this one here. What's my chance of this? 10% chance, but how much? 5K. You gotta do 5,000 FIFA points to try and get this Holland card. And he's not even gonna be auctionable, eh? Okay, first Winter Village player. I hope I get Mbappe. Come on, here we go. Mbappe in this pack. Dude, this game is going so slow. So slow right now. Mbappe! I literally got like the lowest card. I literally got the lowest card I could get. I'm gonna go down the middle in both of these paths. I'm definitely just going down the middle here, and then once I go down the middle on both paths, then I'll go the other way. So frozen lures there. Skill boost. I got 40 frozen lures now, so I actually have so many that I can go through. I'm gonna go till I get the snowballs, and then once I get the snowballs, then I'll go through the next part. And 100 overall. Again, not that high. And then 550 from the snowballs. So I got 300 snowballs here. And then I'm going to switch to the knight. So this is my plan. In general, is go start with that because that maxes out your now and later points. What I care most about is maxing out my now and later points. If I can max out my now and later points, I'm set. So I'm going for the maxing out of now and later points. I don't even care about the players so much. I don't really care about getting the players. I want to get the now and later points, right? So that's my first path. You may actually be pretty close to being able to do that though on both and getting one of the extra players. So that's the nice thing about it is you should have enough points to get down the middle path on both night and day and get one of the players after. Do I have enough? I do. I have enough for the last player here. Okay, 99 plus winter village player. I want one good winter village player. One good player. 103. Okay, not the highest OVR. 116 homeless. I'm like the lowest that I could get out of there. All right, snowball tokens on this one. I want to try and get this satellite card. I don't think it's going to go for that much, but... no, decent! Second highest card out of that. I love it. I love it. I got to check that after. I don't know if it's going to go that good, but... decent start to this one for us. Decent start here. I'm assuming that they're not going to go for very high after, but... at least we're getting all players so far. I like it when you just get a bunch of players off the start. First milestone finished. Again, another player off that one. Oh, I'm not going to get enough for the guaranteed, though, unfortunately. But all of them have been players, so that's definitely an ideal way to start that off. And yeah, I can use them in the SBC, so that will be helpful, too. Let's try this. It's a terrible idea, and I would never do this, but I really want to try and get him so we can get that content for you, you know? Here we go. Holland! Garbage. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible, this pack. 10% chance again. 10% chance again on this one. Let's see if we can do this one. And you don't even get anything good after this. I literally don't know why we're doing this. All right, Holland. He's not even in that pack. Unless he comes at the end, which he doesn't. Dude, these chain packs are a joke. Please don't do them. Whatever you do, don't do these chain packs.